The scene is one of utter despair. Three men condemned as criminals are led to their execution by crucifixion. Jesus of Nazareth, the central figure, has already uttered a prayer of forgiveness for those who torture him, but his words to one of the criminals beside him offer something even more profound: the promise of paradise. As Jesus hangs on the cross, one of the criminals turns to him and speaks, "Are you not the Messiah? Save yourself and us." But the other criminal rebukes him. "Do you not fear God? We are receiving the due reward of our deeds, but this man has done nothing wrong." Then turning to Jesus, he pleads, "Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom." In that moment, something remarkable happens. Jesus, in the midst of his own suffering, responds with words of hope. "Truly, I say to you, today you will be with me in paradise." To understand the depth of this promise, we must explore the historical, cultural, and socio-political context of Jesus' world. Crucifixion was a brutal form of execution reserved for the worst of criminals in the ancient world. Those condemned to this fate were seen as the lowest of the low, outcasts from the society. Yet Jesus, in his final moments, extends grace and the promise of paradise to one of these condemned men, a stark contrast to the prevailing attitudes of the day. In the Jewish and Greco-Roman cultures of Jesus' time, there were various beliefs about the afterlife and the concept of paradise. For Jews, it was often seen as a restored Eden or a heavenly kingdom. For the Greeks, it was the Elysian fields or the isles of the blessed. By promising paradise to the criminal beside him, Jesus tapped into these deeply held cultural hopes and longing for a place of eternal rest and joy. The Roman justice system was notoriously harsh, especially toward those perceived as threats to the empire or societal order. Crucifixion was a means of making a public example of criminals, sending a message of Roman power and dominance. In this oppressive climate where the lives of the poor and marginalized were often disregarded, Jesus' words offered a revolutionary promise that even a condemned criminal could find redemption and a place in paradise. Jesus' promise of paradise to the criminal on the cross is a powerful reminder that no one is beyond redemption. No matter our past, our failures, or our societal standing, we are all invited to experience the hope and new life that Jesus offers. In a world that often writes people off as lost cause, Jesus' words challenge us to see the inherent worth and potential in every human being. Whether it is in our prisons, our communities, or our own families, we are called to be bearers of hope, extending grace and offering the promise of a new beginning, just as Jesus did to the criminals beside him. Truly, I say to you, today you will be with me in paradise, a promise that transcends judgment and condemnation, offering forgiveness, redemption, and the hope of eternal life to all who will receive it.